to my channel. Today's video might be a little bit lengthy, so make sure you're watching this in like the evening, cup of tea or cup of coffee. This video is going to be a reflection on the first half of the year. How are we halfway through the year already? I'm going to be also completing like my Q2 reflection as well. From the Digital Life Planner. Oh, and before we even get into this video, you guys, I am going to be doing a property buying webinar in July. I have some dates almost concrete but not fully concrete yet, but if you do want to be the first to know about the webinar, then definitely sign up to my mailing list. The link will be in the description, or if you aren't, to make sure that you are following me on Instagram, as they will be, and as the webinar will be announced there first, and it's going to be first come first served for the tickets. So this is if you are a first time buyer and you want to buy your investment property as your first property, or if you are a first time buyer and you want to get a residential property as your first property. Okay, so let's start with career and business, as this is the channel this is the area of my life that I feel like it's most connected to my channel. At the end of last year, I was mentioning that I was kind of struggling between figuring out to choose what team to have my second rotation at work, and I'm so happy because I think I really did make the right choice, because on my new team I've just been able to balance my life a lot better, and I've just been exposed to different things and learning new things, and I think that's just so important when you're so early on in your career. I also went on my first client trip this year, which was like so fun. The client trip was on Friday, and then my friend was able to come for the weekend and we stayed. So the client was in Norway, in Oslo, so we were able to stay there, which was so fun. I'll roll some clips here.
Yeah, I woke up, had to pinch myself. Am I still in a dream? Is this really
Guys, on my way to go and see my room, and this is the room. I'm at the Radisson Blu Oslo, so cute seating area here. I actually want to record a Skillshare class while I'm here to make use of the fact that I've got this nice room and nice background.
I never had a chance to ever get up on my feet. Could have been lost my mind and gone insane. They say that runs through your veins. My God, he created me to be the change. No hype, this is truly my life's like a movie.
I'm about to order room service because I'm so hungry. Do they have a menu somewhere? Just some.
No vest, Cali's too hot. I'm chilling at my new spot. They wishing they were Tupac. I'm wishing that they knew.
So you guys, we just had breakfast. Say hi to my vlog. Hello vlog. Are you posing? We just had breakfast. We need to sleep, guys. We went to bed. What time did we go to bed? 4 a.m.
6.
Was it
6? You said it was 24 hours now at some point in the night.
Yes, that's because I was lying.
Way too down for the victory. I told them the past is the history. We could essentially move as we letting it go. Here's the new beginnings. Here's the new beginnings. The pull up so independent. We pull up so independent. They say we too down for the victory. Way too down for the victory. I told them the past is the history. We could essentially move as we letting it.
Bye.
Go. Downtown, it's like fashion week. They asking will my passion be. I told them I'm on a new limit, like a church-going version of Master P. Stay high, I'm getting fly.
So that's my corporate career. So that's the career side. Moving on to the business side, one of the major goals that I had for this half of the year was to get signed to management. I think I did a little bit of a post on Instagram about this, and I was going into a little bit of detail. Yeah, so I knew that this year I really wanted to take things to the next level in terms of just like expanding my presence as a brand, and you know, like working with different brands and just taking it a bit more seriously, my brand. And I think also as well financially, having management does make a difference. I'm like nearly on 50k on Instagram. And Instagram was never my area of focus. I always like kind of focused on YouTube because that was what I spent most of my time on. But in like 5 months or 4 or 5 months, I was able to do more than what I've done on YouTube in 2 years in terms of like reaching accounts. I think there's a couple months where I was able to reach at least like 1 million different people on Instagram, and I think that's just crazy. And that's just with the power of Reels, you guys. Like, honestly, and I think I'm so happy that social media has moved towards video content, because one thing I'm super bad at is pictures. I really don't like taking pictures. I feel like with pictures, because it's a still image, everything has to be picture perfect. Now even like a lot of the deals that I'm getting as well are based on Instagram, so that's a huge change. And then I kind of think that, like, it's kind of not dawned on me, but I've just been kind of thinking, like, what do you guys think? Do you guys think YouTube is dying? Like, is short form content the thing now? I haven't really got into TikTok yet. Like, when I do get on it though, I'm like super addicted, which is like why I don't want to use it that much. But I think TikTok has definitely paved the way for, like, it's literally changed the game. Like, Instagram is trying to be like TikTok, YouTube is trying to be like TikTok. You guys, I'm currently at a WeWork, and yeah, this is a partnership with WeWork, which I'm just like, because before this opportunity came about, that WeWork was one of the brands that I put down that I wanted to work with, because you guys know that typically with like Victoria and stuff, we would go to workplace spaces, but it wasn't formal. It wasn't formal, that's what I'm going to say. Well, now I have literally access to every single WeWork across the world. Okay, so moving on to finances and investment. One of my goals this quarter, and one of my goals for the first half of the year was to close on my second buy-to-let. I was not thinking that this property was going to be abroad, but I'm so glad that I just went with the vibes of what I was feeling at the start of the year, and I just went and purchased the luxury apartment that I did in Johannesburg in South Africa. I can't wait. Like, I can't wait. Like, you guys have seen the vlogs now are all done, like you guys are all caught up on that process, but the real process is going to kick off next year, and I can't wait to go on that journey for myself. That is a tick on the investment side of things. On the finances side of things, I haven't been as consistent with YouTube as I would have liked to have been this year. One, because Google AdSense did a madness on my account for like 2 months. I don't know, they just basically disabled my Google AdSense, and at that point when they did that, my Instagram was taking off, right? And it was so easy for me to make these reels in comparison to YouTube videos, and I was like, am I really bothered to continue putting out YouTube videos that take so much effort to go into it, like 10 hours plus to go into a YouTube video, when I can make a reel in like 1 hour, 2 hours, and I get so much more views and stuff like that. So I wasn't really that motivated, to be honest, to be consistent on YouTube, and then that AdSense situation on top of it was a bit like, oh my god, like this is really annoying. But I mean, YouTube is my favorite platform. It's a platform that I do spend the most time on, and now obviously I still want to be posting, but I'm a little bit more like, what do I actually want to create on YouTube? What do I actually want to do? I don't know, you guys. I don't know. So you guys, please leave me some YouTube video suggestions down below. I know that you guys wanted me to make a video on how to make more as a small content creator. That video is coming up next, so definitely hit the subscribe button and the like button. And I still have on my goals list, I still have 2 major financial goals that I hope I can hit by the end of the year. There are a few things that I've decided this year that I'm not gonna do. I'm really prioritizing only spending on things that like have a good and direct rationale behind it. So like I think for the last 3 years, every single year I've purchased at least one designer good, whether it be a bag or boots or trainers or something. This year I'm not doing that. I have no desire to do that. I have goals that are just so much bigger than that, and I just don't want to spend money on anything that I can't see the direct return from. I just really want to super hyper focus my finances this year on getting me to where I need to be and the goals that I've set. So another area of interest, this is a new area for me that before it wasn't really my vibe, but you guys know that in this video that I made at the end of last year, I told myself this was the year that I'm going to take health and fitness seriously. And for background, for anyone that's new here, health and fitness for me was always, when I ranked the areas of my life, health and fitness was always right at the bottom, because I don't know, I just didn't prioritize it. I guess because I've always been like, I always say that I think a lot of people who are naturally slim do this because we just feel like, okay, well, we look healthy, so it's fine. Literally, guys, this has been like my favorite area of my life to work on now. Like, I go to the gym at least 3 times a week, every week. So my goal was to put on a bit of muscle mass. I shared this on my Instagram stories as well, but my BMI has always been healthy. But I know some people don't like BMI, and apparently it's not for black people, whatever. I'm gonna go with what the NHS says, right? But there's like a spectrum for like being a healthy weight, and they take into consideration your race, they take into consideration your height and your age, and then yeah, and I was always in the healthy range, always more towards the bottom of that range. Then this year I was like, okay, cool, I want to push my BMI up to the middle of the range, just so that if anything, if for any reason I gain a lot of weight or I lose a lot of weight, I'm still like a healthy weight. And I also just wanted to put some onto muscle mass. I just started to feel like really, really weak. You guys will literally see in the vlog that I made at the end of last year, my goals video at the end of last year, I literally signed up to the gym then and got a personal trainer, and I have not missed ever since. There's a certain weight that I wanted to get to, which was like, for me, it's slap bang in the middle of the BMI. I have literally, I weighed myself today and I've like passed that by like 1 kg. So that side of things is a big tick. I think the good thing about that is most of the weight that I've put on has been muscle mass. Then my body fat has gone down, and that is something that I was particularly focused on, because again, I was working on having more muscles, and not like I want to be hench or hard or anything like that, but just being more fit, having more of an athletic body. Because I've put on muscle, I've gone up on the scale quite a bit, but I don't look too different. Like, I'm still very slim, which is what I wanted. My waist size has also increased because I've had to eat more, a lot more. So my waist has also increased. So I'm basically bulking right now. I'm only gonna put on a couple more kg, and then I'm gonna work on like shredding, as they say, and getting rid of this waist, because I complain about it every single day because I'm just not used to it. Like, I'm just like, even just food wise, like I eat salads now. Like, am I the only person, yeah, who like, before I was like, how is a salad a meal, please? I don't understand people will get a salad. Is a salad not a side that you have on the side of the jollof? How can you have a salad as a whole meal? But now I'm like, okay, cool, I get it. It has to have chicken in it, preferably fried chicken in the salad to balance. But it's been nice, and I feel like taking care of yourself physically is top tier. Some quick tips, yeah, when it comes to staying on track with your goals, is you need to make it as easy as possible for you to stick with the habits that you have designed with your goals. So you guys already know. If you don't know, go and watch my videos from like towards the end of last year, that's the beginning of this year. I have a process for my goals. Every goal has some tasks and some habits that are going to help me hit that goal. And the key to hitting these goals is to make sure that the habit or whatever you need to get done is able to be done as easily as possible, because if you add extra obstacles towards getting those habits done, it's unlikely that you're going to stay consistent. So what I mean by this is, I said at the end of last year, I'm going to sign up to a gym that's at my workplace, because I have no excuse then. Whether it's before work, whether it's during lunch, during the day, after work, you gonna get yourself to that gym. You have no excuse. I know myself. Even if the gym was 5 minutes away from work, if that 5 minutes walk from work, if that walk was past the train station that I need that I used to go home, I'm gonna get in that train station, I'm gonna go home. I know myself too well, so that's why I said, even though there are better gyms outside of my building, I'm gonna go to the one there, because then I have no excuse. PT sessions, that's something that holds me accountable, and if there's someone like depending on me, waiting for me, and then I have to pay them, and even if you miss the session, if you cancel like last minute, you still have to pay as well, that holds me accountable. I know people who go gym in the morning and they will sleep in their gym clothes. I'm not saying that I recommend that, but they will sleep in their gym clothes just so that when they wake up, there's no excuses, you gotta go. Or they'll put their gym clothes on the side of their bed, so as soon as they wake up, they see it, they know it's time to go. You need to make your habits as easy as possible to complete, so that it can help you move towards that goal. If you've already added obstacle in your habits, if your habits don't make sense, if you have to travel to a gym that's 2 hours away to work out, are you realistically gonna go? And then for personal development, I also had it on my goals that I wanted to travel to 2 non-European countries, and I have been to South Africa, I have been to Dubai, I have been to Oslo, Norway. Some people are like, where's Oslo? It's in Norway. And then I have 2 more trips planned for the rest of this year. So we have swept that goal out the park. I also mentioned in my 2022 goal video that I wanted to spend at least £10,000 on my development this year. And I have been doing that. Like I said, I've been paying for a PT. That's part of my development. But obviously, I also meant like my career and business and my personal development. I have booked a conference in the States that I'm going to attend that I had to pay for. And I have to pay for the hotel. I have to pay for flights, all of that stuff. So I'm sticking to that. I think I can still invest a lot more into my personal development. And I really aim to do that for the second half of the year. That was a brief, very, very brief overview, even though it's probably been a long video now, but a brief overview of the first half of the year for me. So it's actually been a really, really good first half of the year. I'd say that a lot of that is due to the systems that I built at the end of last year. So that's the beginning of this year. You guys know I spent ample time on my digital life planner, picking out like, I think I had like maybe like 18 goals or something, and going through them, setting the tasks for them, setting the quarter deadlines for them, setting the habits for them, and making sure that I was sticking to it. Like I spent a lot of time like creating systems around my goals, and I feel like because I've had systems, I've been able to forget about the goals, get on with the system, get on with the task, get on with the habits, and lo and behold, I have achieved a good portion of my goals. The rest of the goals that I have for this year, I still have big goals left, and goals that I'm not really sure how I'm going to be able to get there. But that's the whole fun of having 6 months left into the year. But what I really want to focus on for the second half of my year, and I want you guys to think about what you want to focus on for the second half of 2022 is as well. Mine is, I want to start going back to like in-person events and like networking and stuff. I haven't done that since like 2019, and I think post-pandemic I've become more of an introvert. Next level of my life that I want to get to, I don't feel like I have enough of the right people around me to help me get there. And I'm not talking about friendships, I'm talking about mentors, I'm talking about people who are, you know, millionaires, billionaires. Like, I want to be in spaces with those people. I'm glad I'm in this place, you guys. If I don't end, like, I've got a couple months here, and I need to be networking with people, but I'm shy. Also for the second half of the year, you guys, I'm going to be bringing you guys a lot more stuff that's just not YouTube videos. I want to take my offerings further than YouTube videos, because YouTube videos are nice, but like, I want to give more. I want to help people more, and so that's why like the webinar is something that I really, really want to do to help people who I know want to get onto the property ladder, and I know could use my information, use the information that I have, because I know that this is the information that I wish I had. Another thing about goals, and this is something that my friend Vera taught me, is if you want to achieve a goal, you need 2 things. One, you need leadership, and the second thing we need is community. And what I mean by this is, what she means by this is leadership in terms of, if you want to do something that you've never done before, that you don't really understand, you want to go into something that, you know, you don't have much knowledge on, it's always good to seek after well-experienced leadership, someone who knows how to do it better than you. And I'm going to use my health and fitness journey as an example, because this is something that I'm not good at. I've never, before joining the gym, this year, I've never had my own gym membership. I would always use other people's gym membership to go to the gym. How did I seek out leadership? I've got a PT, I've got someone who like is literally a professional and expert in that field. So they are the people who you go to for your big questions. They are the people who can direct you. But then you also need community, and community, the reason why you need community is because like leadership is someone who can help you set goals, right? But your community is what really gets you there, because they are the people who you can rely on every single day. Having peers who are on that journey, having a community who is on that journey, is so good to have alongside leadership. And I have a few friends who are on their fitness journey, but everyone's always doing their own thing. But the way that I was able to foster a community for that health and fitness goal is by following people on social media. Like, I followed a wave of fitness girls and fitness pages and food pages and stuff like that, to cultivate community. Even if it wasn't interpersonal relationships with people that I could build, at least I had community in terms of like, you know, my social media, and I can see literally even just people just talking about like things about the gym that, you know, make them anxious, or certain exercise that they hate doing, but you know, it does the work. Just stuff like that, like, allows me to relate to people on a personal level. And that plus the leadership, I think, really does help you to like channel yourself towards that goal. I know for you, if it's a career change that you want to make, you probably do want to get a mentor, someone who's done that career move that you've done. But then maybe you also want to join something like I don't know, some sort of network on LinkedIn or some sort of network in your job or whatever to help you build that community, to help you get towards that goal as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please hit the like button if you did. Okay, bye.